Hey everybody, Jason and John here, Everyday Crypto. I'm sponsored by CryptoTaxShield.com. Jason, thank you so much, friend, for sitting down for another one of these episodes. We're getting a lot of good feedback, so everybody's kind of chomping at the bit to get your opinions.
John, thanks for having me. I totally appreciate it.
You bet. So there's a few things I want to talk about today. I'm going to start with Bitcoin. We're going to go into that a little bit, but I also have some questions. Saw some new news today on XRP. I want to talk to you a little bit about Terra Luna as well. So why don't we start with Bitcoin? Looks like it's holding steady around 47K-ish right now. It has been for a minute. I just want to kind of get your opinion on, is that good, bad? What does that tell us? Kind of go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. If I could start out, please, if you find any entertainment or educational value in this all, please like and subscribe. It helps us help you, and we truly appreciate it.
You bet.
So Bitcoin, right? This is so interesting, right? This is how quick the weather changes in crypto. Like 2 weeks ago, the fear and greed index was like super fear.
Right.
Now we're creeping on neutral, which means right around neutral. After neutral, you go super bullish.
Right.
And so much going on. I really think this whole war situation is what triggered this original, I'm starting to call it the awakening, and I hope it catches on.
Right.
Because it really does feel like the world's waking up to the power of decentralization, and specifically through Bitcoin at this point.
No doubt.
And I feel it. I really do feel people waking up. People who didn't pay attention, people who didn't care now do care. And it's really interesting. And yeah, right. It's sitting around 47,000 and it broke through 45. 45 was the highest level of resistance that we needed to break through. And for investors and technical analysis guys, that was huge that we've stayed above it.
Sure.
And if this is 45, now really good smart traders and TA guys are kind of hoping at little dips and bounces. Because at that point, it's officially a support level.
Gotcha.
Which means there's a ton of buying orders at that level if it starts to dip in the future, right?
Mm-hmm. And
just to put that in perspective, the previous really strong level of support used to be 30,000.
Right.
If we can get that to 45, that's a 50% increase, which should show out in price action as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I know we had talked about it before, but I think you're right though, that I think it makes people nervous when there's sort of an upward trajectory only, and that makes people a little nervous. Let's pivot a little bit to let's talk about Terra Luna and sort of where you see the future, because I know they're doing really well right now as well. So what's your take on them?
It's my favorite project.
Oh,
really
good.
I'm so bullish on everything Terra Luna.
Awesome.
And I think Terra Luna has a lot to do with why Bitcoin's pumping as well. So Terra Luna a little while ago announced that they're going to back their stablecoin with $10 billion worth of Bitcoin.
Oh, right. Yep.
Which is the first project that's really doing this. Usually stablecoins are backed by currencies or assets or real estate. And this goes to show that the smartest guys in the room don't want currency. They want Bitcoin.
Right.
Which means more stability for Bitcoin, less variance. I'm so bullish on Terra Luna because they're so different and they're so advanced. I really think that a year from now, Terra Luna will be a top 3 coin right behind Ethereum. I really do believe that.
Wow. Okay, that's a bold statement. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look at what they're doing right now, so total value locked, blockchains have a certain amount of assets that sit on them, right?
Right.
So Ethereum has X amount of billions of dollars, and it goes down the line. But Ethereum's number 1, not Bitcoin. Ethereum.
Right.
And right now, Terra Luna is number 2, and nobody really seems to know or pay attention to this.
Wow.
It's priced below Binance, which it has way more total value locked than Binance. It's Avalanche is past Avalanche. So all the big ones is now a solid number 2, which shows that investors feel safe putting their money on it. So, and I do think Terra Luna is going to be extremely attractive to traditional financial institutions. I think when they show up, they will probably put their money on Terra Luna. It's structured for that. It's different. It's made for decentralized finance.
Right.
And there's so much growth and adoption going on the Terra whole ecosystem right now that I think people are sleeping on it. And I think so. I've been screaming Terra Luna for as long as anyone will listen. I used to call it a year ago. I called it the best kept secret in crypto, and now I call it, Terra because people know. But even still, even friends of mine who are super crypto, I feel they're sleeping on Terra Luna because it's not super sexy. The things they do are quiet and just progressive. And on top of that, just to tell you how confident their founder is. Their founder was on Twitter like last week, maybe a week and a half ago, and some guy was throwing FUD his way, saying the project's not going to do well for this and that and that and this. And they started out with $1 million bet, and it turned into $10 million bet.
Oh, wow.
And the money's locked in. The money was sent to an escrow where it's locked up. So a year from now, if Terra is higher than it is now, which their founder seems extremely confident in that, he gets the $10 million. And that tells me a lot because he knows more than I could possibly know about his own ecosystem.
Of course. Yeah.
And the strength of their ecosystem is directly attached to the strength of their stablecoin. That's not true on any other blockchain. It's not. Ethereum's strength has no real correlation to the stablecoins, right?
Gotcha.
I mean, it does, but it's not reliant on its strength, right? And this lets me know that they've got big plans, and I'm really excited for it.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, again, we've always said on these episodes, smart people take notes. You know, if you're bullish on it and excited about it, it's definitely worth taking a look at. Let's pivot another time. Some news. I guess there's some fresh news on the XRP folks and the SEC lawsuit. So, how's that going?
Great question, John. I'd like to give a salute to the XRP army out there. Awesome. You guys are the strongest army out there. You stood by XRP through all this nonsense and all this craziness and the lawsuits, the SEC. Everyone on earth thought XRP was done. It was pulled off all the major exchanges, which that alone should have crashed XRP because there's no liquidity. Like there's way much less liquidity, right?
Right.
It's harder to buy, right? So, yeah, the judge sided with XRP on another, I don't know if they call it a bullet point or whatever, but
sure.
And it's really starting to look now that the SEC is ill-equipped to come after crypto projects. And I'd be honest with you, they look somewhat foolish.
Yeah.
They clearly do not know what they're doing in this situation, and it shows. And the lawsuit's over. Like, there's no chance the SEC comes out positive on this. It's over. Everyone knows it's over.
Right.
Now the SEC is just dragging it out to save face. But
sure,
anyone who's been following this lawsuit knows that it was over 6 months ago.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting, and obviously neither one of us are lawyers, but what's fascinating is, what I know about the law is a lot of times when you go to court, they find precedents, right, to build their case off of or against. Right now, what they're doing is they're setting precedents that'll be used down the road whenever these things sort of pop up again.
John,
so
that's such a good point.
Yeah, I mean, the SEC not being prepared for this is really and thank goodness for that, but they're doing themselves a disservice because once these are sort of on the books, future litigators will be able to look at this and go, well, here's proof of why this is the way it is. So it's fascinating. Yeah, very interesting. Well, Jason, thanks so much, man. This is good. This is a good roundup. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, for as quiet as some of these things are, there's still like people like yourself who really dug in deep into this world. This is all valuable information. So I really appreciate you taking your time.
John, I appreciate you. And I forgot to say it, but we are not financial advisors. Do your own homework.
Yes, always. And like I said, smart people, they're going to listen. So take notes. CryptoTaxShield.com. Check us out. Everybody, tell your friends and family we're here to put some good information out there in the world. So thanks, Jason. We're going to do another one soon.
You got it, John.
All right. Take care.